The day began softly, the kind of morning that feels peaceful and endless. Golden sunlight spilled through the old farmhouse window, warming the wooden floor. Tom stretched lazily, yawning as the gentle hum of birds drifted through the air. Jerry, meanwhile, had already begun his daily adventure, sneaking crumbs from the breakfast table and humming his little tune of victory. The kitchen smelled of toast, the air of quiet joy. Tom watched Jerry climb onto the table and muttered, "You'll never change, will you?" Jerry only grinned, holding up a tiny piece of bread like a trophy. Everything felt calm, too calm. Then, without warning, the light began to fade. A cool wind swept through the open window, carrying with it the smell of wet earth. The sky darkened slowly, the clouds gathering, heavy and grey. The first raindrop hit the window with a soft tap. Then another. And another. Within minutes, the gentle drizzle turned into a full downpour. Thunder rumbled in the distance, shaking the wooden walls. Tom frowned, his tail twitching. Here we go again. He turned toward the window, and that's when he heard it. A faint sound. Barely there. A soft, trembling chirp. Jerry froze mid-step. "Did you hear that?" Both of them looked outside. Through the curtain of rain, under the old oak tree, sat a tiny yellow duckling, soaked to the bone, trembling and alone. Her feathers stuck to her small body, and she was crying softly, her voice cracking in fear. Tom's heart sank. Poor little thing. Without a second thought, he pushed open the door and dashed into the storm. The wind howled. Rain slapped against his fur. Jerry ran close behind, holding a large leaf above his head like a little umbrella. The world was grey and cold, but their eyes stayed fixed on that little speck of yellow by the tree. Tom reached her first, kneeling down gently. "Hey there," he whispered, his voice warm and calm. The duckling flinched, then looked up with big, teary eyes. I can't find my mama," she quacked weakly. "She flew away when the thunder came." Jerry gasped. "She's just a baby, Tom." Tom nodded. "We'll take care of you. Come on." He wrapped the tiny duck in his paws and held her close to his chest to keep her warm. Her little body shivered against his fur. Jerry climbed up onto Tom's shoulder, using his tail to cover her head from the rain. By the time they reached the house, the wind had picked up even more. Tom shut the door with a thud and exhaled, water dripping from his whiskers. Jerry hurried to light a candle on the table, its warm glow filled the room. Tom placed the duckling on a soft towel near the fireplace. Her eyes fluttered weakly. It's cold." "Not anymore," Tom said softly, placing a warm blanket around her. Jerry handed her a small piece of bread. "Here, you'll feel better." The little duckling ate slowly, her eyes full of gratitude. "Thank you. I thought no one would find me." Outside, the rain kept falling. The thunder had faded to a soft echo now, just a distant rumble. Inside, everything was warm and glowing. Tom sat near the fireplace, drying his fur, while Jerry watched the duckling with care. For a long time, no one spoke. They just listened to the rain, the crackling fire, and the quiet heartbeat of the house. Finally, the duckling whispered, "Do you think my mama's looking for me?" Jerry smiled gently. "Of course she is. Mamas never stop looking for their little ones." Tom nodded. "We'll wait till the storm clears. Then we'll find her together." Hours passed. The candle burned low. The rain softened, turning into a gentle drizzle. And as the world outside began to quiet down, a faint sound echoed through the distance. Quack, quack. The duckling's eyes shot open. "That's her." She stumbled off the towel and ran to the window. Tom and Jerry followed, peering through the foggy glass. There, in the dim silver light of dawn, stood a big white duck, pacing back and forth, her wings flapping, calling out again and again. Tom opened the door slowly. "Go on," he whispered. "She's waiting for you." The little duck ran as fast as her tiny legs could carry her, splashing through puddles, chirping loudly. "Mommy, Mommy." The mother duck turned, eyes wide, and rushed forward. They collided in a shower of raindrops, hugging, crying, quacking with joy. Jerry's voice trembled. "That's beautiful." Tom smiled softly, his eyes glistening. "Yeah, it really is." The mother duck looked up, meeting Tom's gaze. She gave a gentle nod, a silent thank you. Then, together, she and her baby waddled into the mist, their reflections glowing in the puddles under the rising sun. The storm had passed. The air smelled of new beginnings. Tom and Jerry stood quietly in the doorway, watching until the ducks disappeared beyond the fields. Jerry whispered, "You know, Tom, maybe we're not so different after all." Tom chuckled. "Maybe not. Sometimes, even enemies can find kindness in the rain." They looked at each other, and for once, there was no chase, no prank, no fight. Just peace. The soft kind that comes after a storm, and the kind that never really leaves your heart.